We're back.
Hi. We are here.
We are.
It's us again.
It's the weekly dose
Deborah.
and Lori. So, if you caught last week where we were talking about...
I've even forgotten.
Well, no. So Dana, she was showing us the inside, and all that.
That's,
fluff.
yes.
So
yes,
it's kind of funny. So I get home and I'm sewing away and I'm on the M7. Yes, because I was sewing that stuff. And then on my machines, there's a little thing that pops up that says, you need to clean the bobbin area or whatever. And so it popped up and I'm like, oh, I was, do this. So I took off the needle or the cover and looked at them like, oh my, don't let Dana see this. There was so much like mine pops up every month. Like it's kind of like a regular thing. And a lot of times it's not very dirty because whatever. But like Dana was saying, depending on the fabric that you're doing, like some fabrics will create more lint than others. So even though you keep it clean on a regular basis, sometimes there's a lot in there. And I'm like looking, I'm like, holy cow, there was like so much in there. Yeah. I'm getting out the toothbrush and cleaning in there and all this other kind of stuff. There was a lot in there. And so I'm going, it's a good thing it's scheduled to go in for its regular maintenance in September. But I did tell Dana it's like going, not my fault. Like, don't look in there.
I didn't see your name on the list.
Yeah, it's the end of September, near the end of September.
Oh, okay. Because my embroidery machine comes in December, and then my 7700 comes in January.
Yeah, no, my M7 needs to go in. I missed the last one. And so, but I'm like looking, I'm like...
You missed?
Well, I did because I had it scheduled to come in and my embroidery machine did something. So I had to...
took its place?
So it took its place.
I know that feeling.
And I had to reschedule the M7 coming in. And so I did that. And then I'm like, really needs to get cleaned. But I will open that up because it's like, she could have used this one for the demo. But there's a lot in there. And it really is just based on because of the fabric that I was using. Because normally my M7 isn't that messy. But it just...
It does. It depends a great deal
on the fabric.
What you are doing, whether you reach the point of you're working with your batting, and it just... Yes, yes.
So even we have dirty machines.
Yes.
Just because we use them. It's not anything about sewing style or anything else. Like they get used, and different fabrics cause different amounts of fuzz in there, and sometimes you need to clean them out more often than others. And we use those tech tips too.
Yes, I do. I switched projects. I finished the tops of the Grinch quilts, and then I was starting to do some placemats, and I went, I didn't clean everything out. So, I stopped what I was doing, took everything out, cleaned it all out, and moved forward, because it's an easy way to keep your machine running well.
It is.
So you don't want to work here and bring it in and it, you know what? I forgot to clean it out, and now it's jammed. I don't know how I would face any of them in there and say
well,
that.
it's not just that. Is that we also share their tips. Like when they say this, we share it and stuff like that. And so if we're sharing it and not doing it, it's kind of...
This is true. This is very true.
Ourselves. So, anyways, announcements.
Okay, so the big one, folks, tomorrow... The store is closed due to the BC Hydro power
to play with our power
cutoff. The power is off from 9 to 4, so the store will be closed. See you Friday.
Yes, but tomorrow was supposed to be Kimberbell Club.
Yes.
So both in person and Zoom has been moved to next Thursday.
Yes.
So if you've registered, you should have been informed of that.
I got everybody. Yeah.
I will make sure the link goes out to everybody who's registered, just in case they misplaced the link for the Zoom one for next week. if you haven't registered and you want to attend, there's still time to register. But yeah, so
Yes.
Kimberbell Club has been moved to next week
Yeah.
in the Surrey store.
Just the Surrey store.
Yeah.
Country Folk moves ahead just like normal.
So and that's this Saturday.
Yes. Stockings are already arriving in the store, which is good because if we can get a load there early, then there's lots of things for people to pick from.
Once they start coming in, we're going to kind of redo our displays back here. We're going to start putting them up. So if last year you would have seen some of them up. So as they come up in, we're going to get some out so everyone can kind of see what everyone's doing, get to show off your work.
Yes,
for a little
exactly.
bit before we take it in. And
it'll be the backdrop in a few weeks.
There you go. So get your stockings in and they can be our backdrop.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
Just a quick for if you're starting them, Carrie's going to be sending out all the rules, but just quick rule of thumb for the donations, it has to be made this year and it needs to be 12 inches. And lined and quilted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Front quilted and lined.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the key points. There's some more that's coming, but those are kind of the key points.
Yeah. So, and we will have the pattern here that you can come in and trace off to get your pattern, or come in on stocking day.
I don't know that we have it set.
I'm longing it out because I can't remember the date, but I think it's November something or other.
It's sometime before December 31st.
It's before Christmas. So, and Carrie has pointed out that we've got all kinds of new things coming up.
Yeah, she's.
There'll be new deals, sales.
They had
fabric.
They had a powwow meeting this morning, and they wouldn't let us in on it because I don't know, something about maybe not trusting us with the secrets, and we might sneak it out on
tell
this.
You all the secrets.
We would. So so they did. It was a long meeting.
Yes.
So there's some really good stuff coming up from what Carrie was saying. So stay tuned. Keep an eye on the website.
Check it out. Watch your emails.
Keep watching us.
That's right. The info comes out. And there are a lot of new classes added. So check out the website, check the class calendar, find some cool things, sign up for the ones I want to take so that there goes.
Nothing selfish about that at all.
No, absolutely not. No, I'm thinking of you.
Yes.
Seriously. It works for me, but I'm thinking of you.
So, those who are interested in this embroidery tree skirt from Juju, it's done. It is behind us now, but it's hanging in the store. So if you want to come take a peeky on it, just an FYI, this is the largest one. So it measures what, 52?
Something. Yeah, it's huge.
We measured it yesterday. It's 50 something.
It's
I'll
huge.
check that because
I don't know. You'd have to have an awful lot of presents under your tree to cover this up.
you don't want to cover it up. You did that much work. Like, why would you want to cover
where are you
it
going to
up?
put the gifts then?
Oh, somewhere else. Get a second tree. So the tree, this one is the largest one. It measures roughly about 52 inches, but you can make them smaller. It comes in 4 different sizes, but I mean, it's gorgeous. And then
it is
the gingerbread theme, or the nativity theme, or the Christmas village theme.
Yes.
I think there might be.
There's one more. I can't remember what it is.
I don't remember.
But they're all cute.
Very
the concept is the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one you pick. How it goes together is the same. So it's actually quite interesting. I did one already, not this type, but an embroidered one. It's quite interesting to work it together. So new skills. You can learn some new skills. And this one is just adorable. The snowmen are, I still say she should give them all names, but she doesn't agree with me.
Well, no, it's just you didn't have time to import names on it. So, but it'll be fun. Some other ones. Let's see.
So, okay, that is the Kimberbell. We're good there.
Yeah.
The Alien and Bear Mini Quilt will be in
Country folk.
classes in Country Folk on September the 14th. I'm having a hard time realizing I'm giving September dates.
Yeah.
It just seems like, wow.
Well, I was talking to Nathaniel last night because we got half cow last year, so we got a lot of soup bones, and so I was telling him that we'll be able to start cooking those up and soups for winter, and then he goes, "It's summer, Mom," and I'm like, "We're at the end of August." Almost.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's the 20th.
School's in 2 weeks.
It is, and
So, yeah.
the weather, I mean, it's cold and everything, and if you follow anything along with the weather, this is what we're going to get now for a
Yes,
while. Like
yeah.
this, we're done kind of, we
Yeah.
might get another hot day here, there's an odd
Yeah,
one.
we're
But
back
this is it.
into our regular weather, and don't get me wrong, I love our weather, so I'm good with it.
I don't know. But I don't know how we're friends. Like, we are so opposite in so many different things.
We like embroidery.
Okay.
And hanging out at Tom's.
There we go.
So that does it.
Okay.
The
What I was going
skirt.
hang on. With the bear mini thing. Okay, so it is kind of geared towards kids per se, because it's like the bear, the alien.
Yes.
If that is not something you want or need, you can still pick different fabrics. You don't have to do the bear, the alien.
Yeah.
It really is about the skill of learning a new technique
Yes.
for the
It really
for the
is, yeah.
blanket.
Mhm.
So you can do anything, and then you'll be able to make it bigger, smaller. I mean, not that you really
Yeah.
want to go smaller, because it is a mini quilt.
It is a mini. It's
So-
a mini quilt.
But don't get in the box of it being kids.
that it's a
if
kids,
you really
no.
want to learn the skill,
Yeah.
go take it. Just don't make a bear, don't make an alien, and pick
Pick some-
non-kid
exactly. Fabrics.
fabrics and stuff.
Exactly.
It's a great class. I mean, it's.
It really is.
I'm
And it's
almost
Annie,
tempted
so
to
you'll
run
have
to
fun.
drive out to,
Yeah.
to Chilliwack for that one. If not, I'm going to talk Annie even to do it.
See if we can't get her to do another one. This tree skirt class is September the 17th.
Part one. It's a two-parter.
Yes, part one. It is a two-parter. So,
That's
you got an embroidery machine. You want to make a specialty tree skirt for yourself or somebody in your family, or an amazing Christmas gift. Trust me, there's one right there. The beginner's quilt autumn leaves starts September 21st.
Now we've got one class already full.
Yes.
Second one is getting close to being full?
Well, it's filling up. So
is filling up.
Get your name in there if you want to take a beginner's class, because Rita goes over everything. And we have shown the quilt. The picture is great on the website. It just does not do it 100% justice.
No, and even when we show it here, you just can't
can't-
see. So
To look at it close up is just
strongly
it's amazing.
recommend
Yeah,
you come
it
in
really
and
is,
get a hands-on, touchy-feely, and look
Yes.
at it. It is a gorgeous,
It
gorgeous
is
quilt.
beautiful.
And again, I mean, it is autumn, falling leaves. If you've got a bit of a creative eye to it, you could change up the colors a little bit.
Yes.
So
yeah, absolutely. And you
it's-
could even
it's-
change the leaves to snowflakes, make it Christmas. It doesn't really matter, but it is a beautiful,
It's a beautiful quilt.
concept of what she's created for the class. So
Yeah.
check it out if you're interested. You don't even have to be a beginner. Like we can always, learn,
I think
relearn some of those skills that
can.
we've,
But
dropped.
sometimes, when you take from different people, you learn how to do something different.
Yeah.
And I find when I'm working on quilts or different projects, what works on one doesn't necessarily
That's
work on another. And so having that repertoire of different ways to do
Yeah.
something really expands what you can do.
You never want to stop learning, and
No.
if you do have a craft or a creative skill or a hobby, these are things we want to keep expanding upon, because it just, well, for starters, it keeps our mind active. Some of us are reaching a stage where it starts to slow down. Maybe not her,
Stop.
but me.
we're
So,
both there.
like, keeping it active, learning something new is so invaluable. It just keeps your mind alive. It keeps you going, So
We have our big Husqvarna event, September 27th in Country Folk, September 28th here in Surrey. So Friday in Country Folk, Saturday in Surrey. It's not just for Husqvarna. Okay.
No, it's techniques, it's items, accessories, it's all kinds of things. It's just coming to us from a Husqvarna instructor, teacher.
And an opportunity for us to celebrate Husqvarna coming into the store.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're a big Husqvarna fan and you love your Husqvarna machines, come on in. There'll definitely be some stuff that's geared towards you. If you don't have a Husqvarna, if you got Janome or Baby Lock, or an Elna, we are going to be, there's some different things on some different feet and a few things like that, that each brand has their own version of.
Yeah.
And so you'll be able to transfer that. There's some products that doesn't necessarily have to do anything with your machine. We're going to be talking about the new
Memento.
Isn't it? Memento.
That's their copy thingy cutter.
Oh, yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to do that. We're going to do the iron.
Okay.
And I think there's might be some mention on the new, like the software, the embroidery software.
Yes, the My Skynet.
Yes. So that one's got me peaked.
Yeah, me
even
too.
though I'm not an iron, I'm not the iron person. I'm doing today's demo, and I've got a peaked interest in that iron that's coming.
Yeah,
so,
me too. I want it. Sight unseen. I saw a picture of it.
Well, and we've seen some of the write-up on it, and that's
so
what's got us
I
interested.
definitely
So
want it. They don't
come
even
on
have to
in.
demo it, and I want it.
Yeah, so come on in, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And then our last one is a new class coming in.
Is planning a panel. And that, I'm assuming, is with Sandy.
Probably.
It's
Because
usually
she's taught
Sandy
it.
who does
She's
this.
taught, if this is the one I'm thinking of, she's taught it in the past. It's great. So,
Yes.
I mean, we've got a whole wall of panels. We get panels in, and I see so many panels, and then you're like, oh, this is beautiful. What do I do with it?
What?
And so
Wow.
her class is great on giving you ideas on how to do something to make the panel pop. There we go.
Yeah, that what to add to it, how to exactly. The colors come together, things just like as you start to build a panel. It's these Grinch ones that I was working on. I've been sent. My daughter wanted to see progress of them, so I was taking pictures as I went along, and then when I finally finished them, she goes, "Oh, I can't get over how much adding that one little color made the entire thing pop."
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, it is amazing how that works.
Yes.
And sometimes a little bit of assistance with visualizing what you want the panel to look like. Or in the case of these ones that I was working on, the kids wanted them full size instead of just like a lap quilt to watch TV with. So I had to augment it in some ways, but I didn't want it to look like it was obvious. Somebody's like calculating what to do to make it. So I'm quite happy with the way they turned out. So yeah.
So she's hers are really good.
Yes.
So again, if that's something you're interested, get signed up early. If it fills up, when it fills up, because there's always do.
Yeah, there's always.
We'll talk her into adding a second class or a third or fourth.
Probably just a second, but
It
because
depends.
there's only so much time on the calendar between now and the end of the year before we start the spring one. So
And we'll just put it in there. But she's taught it a few times, and it's filled up.
Yeah, it has
every single time. Like, they're really good. I know a few people have taken it a few times because they learned something in this one and they took it again and learned something different, because your brain can only take in so much information.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's why we limit sewing the machine classes to an hour, because you just need that. You can't take it all in. You just can't. It doesn't matter how you want to look at it. You're going to walk away and go, what was that? So there you go. Yeah.
All right. So today we're going to talk cleaning your iron. Okay. So this is something that we kind of do, or we neglect, or something pops up and we're like right in the middle of it. So we're going to talk about a couple of different things, like cleaning it, but more or less the outside. So I'm just going to, actually, if we move this to the side, we can put this
just
here.
put it all right
yeah,
here.
we can put it on here. Okay. So we all use things for our iron that kind of cause it to gum up.
Yeah.
So a couple of things that we need to make sure that we're doing is the first thing is cleaning the inside. So, because these are little iron, my iron. You can see all those little holes in there. So depending on what we're doing, I tend to use a lot of times like a pressing cloth or when I'm ironing. Sometimes it's not feasible. Sometimes you forget and you iron something. Like the other day, I totally screwed up. Surprise, surprise. Light mesh cutaway and wash away cutaway is very similar. And when your grandchildren take the slap bands off the rolls because they're now power bands, we have to figure it out. And if you're paying attention, but it didn't clue in, I was in a rush to do something and I was cutting on my stabilizer for my project that I was doing. And I cut probably about 2 or 3 of them and then started sewing them before I realized it was the wash away, not the cutaway. And so I'm like, I got to get this project done. It wasn't going to make a difference in the project. And if I did, oh, well, it's later on and it's, visually it wouldn't. Maybe when I go to wash it, it might. But I wasn't about to redo a bunch of squares. So I was doing that and then I went to go and iron it. Ironing the wash away doesn't work so great. And so I'm ironing the back and I'm like going and I'm hearing this shh as in it's like shrinking a little bit and I've got a nice little black spot. So sometimes even without our intending to, we get stuff on our thing. And then so when we get ickies and stickies, a lot of times it's on the plate, but sometimes it gets up inside.
It can get up into the.
So that's kind of like
holes,
when we get to the cleaning, we'll show you those. But one of the ways that you want to make sure that you're taking and doing, we don't necessarily need to do it a lot here in the Lower Mainland because we have soft water, so we don't get that calcium buildup. But you still want to keep things flowing. Yeah. If you have hard water, you're going to want to take and clean out, stretch your iron, and you're going to use vinegar. Now I've heard a couple of different things. So straight vinegar, just putting in like filling your reservoir like a quarter of the way or that, or else mixing it a part water and a part vinegar. But you want to do that and that'll help break up that calcium. It helps, and clean it out. So you just basically fill it up, put it all max, set your steam thing, and then you're just going to put this and steam it and just let it steam a few times and then wipe it. I'll tip that down when we get to the other stuff. And then just do that and that's going to clean it out. If you find that there are little holes, get a Q-tip or toothpick. And get in there and kind of scrape them out so that you've got none of that calcium in it. You get her nice and cleaned out and then you might want to flush it again with the steamer. Yes, once you've flushed it, like if you are using vinegar though, you flush it with the vinegar, then fill it up with water and flush it again to get that vinegar out because you don't want to mess around with the vinegar on your fabric. Okay, so once you've done that, then the next thing that you're going to take and do is that covers the inside. You don't have to do that very often, especially if you don't have hard water. Do it, if you find that you've done something and you've got it gummed up with those holes, then you want to do it. Other than that, not much. It's the plate you're going to want to clean a lot. And so we've got 3 of our favorite products that we like to do. First one, this one's Carol's favorite. This is the glue stick. It looks like a glue stick. Okay, but it's not glue. Okay, don't use a glue stick. Just saying. So you take it off, but it works just like a glue stick. So you take it off. It's got the cleaner on the end. You turn your iron on to medium. Okay, so it's 2 dots, so it's medium. You take the stick and then you rub it on your plate, and then using a white cloth, like so you can use an old paper towel or old cloth, rub it and clean it, and that's going to clean it off. So lift it. You might need a little bit more. Scoot on a little more. and then it transfers all the gooey stuff here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then use your steam.
Yes. Steam it.
Steam it out, and that'll get anything
Yeah.
more in there, and that'll do
Wipe
a
it off
nice,
again. Yeah.
nice, good clean. So that's that one. The next one, let's do that, is it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, you guys kind of get the cloth.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So this one is, you can kind of see, it's kind of a gooey stuff. This one, you're gonna turn your iron on. This one heats up to hot.
Hot,
You want it
yes,
nice
hot.
and hot, no steam.
Right.
Okay. There are picture instructions on the back.
You don't have to remember what we said.
This one, instead of putting it directly on the plate, you're actually going to squeeze some right here on the cloth. So it's on the cloth. And then you're going to iron the cloth. And so as you're ironing it, it'll spread it around the cloth, and it'll spread all over your plate and get your plate nice and clean.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's the ODIF.
Yes. So the last one is, they're kind of like wet wipes.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're not wet.
But they're not wet, okay? So how those, but they're little towels. So you
Yes. Yeah.
you just need a bit of paper towel. So this one here, so you heat the iron for 1 minute on a medium to high setting. You lay the iron cleaning sheet on top of paper towel on the edge of your ironing board. And then you wipe the base of the iron over the sheet. And then you wipe the base of the iron with the clean sheet, paper towel. So you do the sheet, so you'll iron it on the sheet, get it all nice and clean, and then remove the sheet, and then take your paper towel and wipe it down. Not while it's hot. Don't iron.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
If here, warm, hot, and then this, don't touch your hot iron. It will not end well.
No, we know how that works, right? Yeah, that is not a good thing to do.
We've all done it, you know.
Of course.
That
I'm
thing
sure I
is
have
my
scars.
iron hot?
I just don't remember where the scars are.
Yeah.
So
How
yeah.
many times we touch our finger, to get
Yeah.
them a little bit wet because
Yeah.
that'll make it so much better
Exactly.
to take and touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. No. That's right. Yeah.
And no matter how many times we've learned that,
Yeah.
you still do
I know.
So, yeah. So, basic iron cleaning. You want to do this regularly. Like, if you get a spot on your iron, if you've got this stuff handy, it saves all the elbow grease. Like,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
how many times have you went to iron something and it's always white? And you turn on your iron and you go, and then you've got this smudge on.
Yes.
So-
yeah.
I mean, this is $10. It's not,
Yep.
it's gonna last you a long time. So it's not like one and done.
No.
It's gonna last you. So anytime you see a little spot on your iron, clean it.
Yes.
I've seen some people where their iron is just filthy. Like it's black. They're going, oh, I've totally, not done it. And so I need to clean it. And they'll spend hours scrubbing trying to get that stuff
much
off,
easier to
and a
spend,
lot
yeah.
a lot of elbow grease or whatever, and it's just like where it's like, oh, I got a little spot, I'm going to be using my iron anyways. Turn it on, warm it up, clean it off.
There we go. Yeah,
This
we're good to go. Yeah.
done, and now it's ready to be used, and I'm not going to get it on my project.
That's right, yeah.
Because I've done that a few times, not realizing something was on
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
it's always been a store sample. And I'm like, and so then I have to redo it because if it's just for me, I'm like, whatever, no, but it's always a store sample. And so then it's going to go up in the store and, everyone's like right there. So just keep it doesn't take much to keep these clean.
Take care of it.
And
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So,
It's like
like I said,
everything else that we use in our hobbies. If
Carol's
you keep
favorite,
your,
just in case you want.
keep your tools in good condition, and they will do the job they were meant
They
to do.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had this Rowan to iron for what? Ramon bought it for me as a birthday present because not sure why.
Someone suggested it would be a good idea.
Yeah, because it's he had all the selling points for it. And like he goes, it makes things so much easier. You're ironing, and I'm like, unless it irons itself and folds and puts away. But so I've had it probably a good 20 years. I mean, I don't do a lot of ironing, I think I
I
don't
don't
use
do ironing either. I press. There's a difference.
tomato.
This is ironing. This is pressing.
Yeah. My iron's heavy. It's too heavy to keep lifting. Anyways, I think I did have a little bit where I think the steam it leaked a little bit, probably because I left it for like 6 months and the water's going, I gotta go. But aside from that, it's been, I have not had any major issues with the plate getting discolored and it just because you just simply keep it clean and then it keeps working, and so little maintenance here and there. So I think that's about it.
I think we're good.
We are. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I think that's it. We will be back up again
next
week. And so, bye.
bye.